What is PlagiarismCheck.org and should you use it to check your writing and your essays? My name is Brian Collins, welcome to the Become a Writer Today channel. In this video I'm going to review PlagiarismCheck.org and explain how you can use it for your writing and for your essays and more. And I'll also compare it to one of its competitors and talk about what I like and I suppose areas for improvement for PlagiarismCheck.org. Hope you enjoy the content in this video review. If you do, hit thumbs up, and of course if you want to get more videos like this, please subscribe to the channel. And I actually do have other videos on this channel all about some of the best plagiarism checker tools, software, grammar checkers and so on that are out there. Anyway, let's dive into the review. So plagiarismchecker.org is a well-known tool that's aimed at academics, essayists and also organizations and individuals. According to their about page, and I was actually talking to their team as well, it was created in 2011, so it's been around for 10 or 11 plus years for college students and teachers, and now they're claiming 77,000 users across 72 countries. So in other words, you can be assured that you're buying a tool that has been around for quite a while, that has been improved, and that should be relatively accurate. In terms of pricing, so that's probably what you're most interested in, plagiarismchecker.org has a couple of different offerings. So you can buy a version for your organization or if you're in education. But for the purposes of this video, I'm going to focus on plagiarismcheck.org for individuals. It's relatively affordable, so if you go to the pricing page and if I click on individuals, you can actually check one page for free, and I'm going to show you what that looks like in a moment. And then when you're ready, you can upgrade to one of these plans. So the basic plan costs $5.99 per month, and you get all the same checks in all of these plans, don't worry. You can check 20 pages, and for context, a page equates to 250 to 300 words. Or well, 275 words they say here, but I found between 250 and 300 was what it worked out at. So when you're buying plagiarismcheck.org for a once-off project, or perhaps for something bigger like a thesis, ask yourself how many pages does it have based on this character count. And that'll help you determine whether you need the basic, light or standard version. You can buy extra pages for 30 cents, 20 cents or 17 cents. Obviously you're going to save more money if you get the right version up front. There's no daily limits and there's 24/7 support. So I do have a premium subscription to plagiarismcheck.org, and I've used it for checking various forms of writing for plagiarism. Plagiarismcheck.org also has add-ons for Google Classroom, Canvas, Moodle, so for all your academic tools. There's also a Google Docs plugin and a Chrome extension, so you can use it across the web as well for your articles. If you're, on the other hand, if you're a company and you want to add team members to your account, just click on the members tab and you can add team members and they can use it in much the same way. Now for other tools that I've tried like Grammarly, if you want to add team members, you need to buy an additional seat at $30 per month. So again, this is where it does determine on what type of writing you're going to check and what your budget is. This is the plagiarismcheck.org dashboard. As you can see, it's fairly clean, fairly easy to use. There's not too much you have to do or learn. You can just paste some text in here. So I have some text on a dashboard that I'll paste in to show you as an example. And then you can click proceed and it will instantly check for plagiarism. So this will count as one page from my account, and it only takes a moment to generate a report. One use case for plagiarism check is if you have an article on your site that's performing well, you can plug it into plagiarismcheck.org and see has it been used elsewhere online by your competitors or spun out by some sort of AI writing tool. So this is a review of masterclass that appeared on my site. At one point it was a well-trafficked page. I took the review, pasted it into Plagiarism Check, and it surfaced all of these links for me to inspect. Now I wouldn't be concerned about text that's 2.32% similar. It could be just a case, or 2.35, that we used similar wording or similar keywords. But one that stood out was this link here that was 16.96% similar. So when I click through to the report, it actually surfaces the article for me and it highlights sections that are similar. And it looks like there's a lot of typos and mistakes in this version, so perhaps it's some AI content that has copied what I had on my site. I don't know. This is where I need to do my due diligence. Click through to this link, see what it is, and potentially decide to issue a DMCA takedown request or not. And actually when I click through to this link, a few days after I'd run that report, they'd actually taken this page down. So the other course to this is if you're publishing content at scale, you're quickly going to go through your allowance of pages within Plagiarism Check, because this article here is 3,000 words, so that would be 20 or 30 pages at 275 words per page. So I wouldn't be able to check every article on my site. So if you want to check content at scale, you may be better using something like Copyscape. So that brought me to the thinking that plagiarism check is probably better for checking essays and articles that you've written for self-plagiarism or for accidental plagiarism. And it can also be useful for getting academic papers and citations. To check these use cases, I have on screen an academic paper on ResearchGate, and I'm going to copy the abstract and then paste this into plagiarismcheck.org and see what comes up. So I'm just going to paste my text in here. Turn this on. Obviously I could upload the PDF either, but I'm going to click proceed. It's going to use one page and I'm going to give this a moment to generate the report. So now it's surfaced multiple ResearchGate links for where this particular abstract appears. So if I was missing a citation, this could help me find the missing citation, and it could also help me avoid instances of accidental plagiarism. Years ago when I was writing a thesis, one thing I found really painful and time consuming was getting citations right. Because it's a shame to lose marks because you've cited something incorrectly, forgotten the citation, or you haven't formatted it correctly. So again, this is where plagiarismcheck.org can help with your essays. So if you click on the citation generator, the first thing you're going to do is select whether it's a book, journal, or web page. Now I'm going to pick a journal because this is the article that I had on screen a moment ago, and it's from a journal. Next, you're going to pick your preferred style. So I always use Chicago Manual of Style. Next, you're just going to put in the author's name. So I'm going to put in and I'll also put in the other author. So next you're going to put in the title. I presume this is the journal, so I'm going to put this in here. So I'm going to put the URL here as well. Don't see the publisher offhand. I would have to dig in to look for that. But if you know what the publisher is, obviously you can put that in. Then you click generate. And now I have something that I can use when I'm building out my bibliography for my essay. And this is saved as well, so I can build out a library of these. So this is a good time-saving tool inside of Plagiarism Check, which you can use for your essays. If you're publishing a lot of articles online, perhaps one comparable tool to Plagiarism Check is Grammarly. It has a Plagiarism Check built into it, but you'll need to pay for the premium version of Grammarly, which costs $30 per month. Now I do use Grammarly extensively for its grammar checker features. So I'm going to paste in some text here, the same text that I used in plagiarismcheck.org, and see how Grammarly handles this versus Plagiarism Check. So I click plagiarism, and it should take a moment to scan against the web pages and find some links. So in this case, it's only found one link for this particular piece of text that I would need to inspect, whereas Plagiarism Check was able to surface a few more links. So that suggests to me that Plagiarism Check goes a little bit more in depth than Grammarly. That said, you don't have a page count limit with Grammarly, so it really does depend on your use cases. If you're an article writer or blogger, you might be better served at Grammarly, but if you're an academic or essayist, then you probably need some more deep forms of plagiarism checks, then you're better served at plagiarismcheck.org. I went ahead and installed the Google Docs plugin for the purposes of the video. It's pretty easy to install. It's kind of a one-click install from the Plagiarism Check dashboard. Then you can access it via add-ons. So I'm going to paste some text in here to see how it will work. So I'm going to paste in the same text that I was using earlier on. Now I'm going to click on add-ons, Plagiarism Check, and click start. So it's pulled up a sidebar on the right hand side, much like other plugins and grammar checkers that I've tried. It's saying that my balance is 293 pages. Do I want to proceed? Yes, I do. So this is going to cost me one page. And the check should take a few seconds to run. So now the check is complete, and you can see here that I can rate it. I can open up the report, or I can just click through to these links and see where this text has appeared elsewhere online. For comparison, I installed the Grammarly plugin as well, and Grammarly is great for finding the grammar errors and mistakes. But to get the Plagiarism Checker report in Grammarly, I need to actually open up the web app. So I guess it's a little bit better from this point of view, depending on how often you use Google Docs. It's fair to say plagiarismcheck.org is more in depth for its checks than other tools like Grammarly. So it gives me more articles, academic papers, and links that I can go and inspect than Grammarly. That said, after using both Grammarly and Plagiarism Check, I found that the Plagiarism Check is slower, perhaps because it's more things to analyze and look at. Prior to turning on the video, I downloaded a PDF from ResearchGate, in other words, like an academic paper, and I plugged it into Plagiarism Check to see if it could find instances of where this is used online. And I was pleased to see that it did find that this PDF had been used on all of these links. So this could again help me find missing citations and check previously published academic papers. Now I did find that checking PDFs was slower than checking standard text documents. So do bear that in mind if you do decide to use this feature. Now, I mentioned Grammarly as one competitor to PlagiarismCheck. Another tool which I've reviewed elsewhere on the Become a Writer Today channel, so do check out that review, is called Quillbot. Quillbot also has a plagiarism checker and citation generator, and it costs approximately $20 per month. I also liked Quillbot because of its ease of use and its accuracy. But my takeaway is this is probably a little bit stronger for academic works and essays than Quillbot, and it's also stronger than Grammarly. But on the other hand, if you're a content publisher, you're probably better served by a tool like Grammarly. So do ask yourself what type of writing you're checking before you use a tool like PlagiarismCheck. Now, the support team is are very helpful and friendly. And of course, it's an affordable tool. So if you're serious about writing essays or you're in academia, then I'd encourage you to try PlagiarismCheck.org for yourself and let me know in the comment section how you got on. So hope you enjoyed this video review of PlagiarismCheck. If you do, hit thumbs up, and if you want to get more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel.